welcome to another video. I'm Brett Papa, and today is all about some Floyd. And yes, this song has been requested, seriously. There's been a few people, but a lot of people have requested the song, but a few people for like 4 years. And I finally got a Strat that's set up with a floating bar, borrowed it from my buddies, took it to an awesome guy, set it all up. We're going to do Floyd, not only this song, but until the end of the year, I'm going to cram in as many Pink Floyd and David Gilmour songs as possible in honor to those people who have just been relentless in requesting their music. Now make sure on the channel, I haven't already done it because I have done a lot of Pink Floyd stuff already. But if you don't see it, there's a link down below in the description box area with a song link request. Hit that link, put your 5 top favorites that you're shooting for. I'm going to try to get 10 between now and the end of the year, but some of those solos are really long. So 5 for sure. Put down 5 and I will do my best to get to all of them. All right, well, you know, I got to see what everybody wants, but the top 5 everybody wants, I'll try to do them. Okay, so this one is pretty basic, although the timing is tricky on the acoustic. So let's zoom in for a closer look and check it out. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to play it really quickly first for those of you who might just get it right off the bat. The timing's really tricky, and if you're familiar with the song, then you might be able to just see it and go through it. But if not, I'll break it down in finer detail after I play it through one time. Check it out. Here we go. We're going to go over the chords really quick, actually. So it's a G chord. And then they use an E minor chord. And there's also a cool C chord with a G in the bass. So all you do is you take your third finger up one string and tuck your pinky where your third finger or ring finger wouldn't finger. Is that like the McBurglar? Is that what that thing was called? I don't know, whatever. Okay, so McHamburger. Is that the McDonald's guy? I don't know. Okay, so that chord, right? And a D chord. So there's only 4 chords, but the timing, like I said, is tricky. Starting with, when we come in with the acoustic, when you first hear it, it comes in like and 1. So it does an upstroke and then into the actual beat, right? It goes. Okay, so I just went up, down, okay? And then down, up, down, down. So we got up, down, down, up, down, down. And then you go to that C chord for 1 downstroke. And then it goes into the E minor chord, which has an interesting strum pattern. It goes. Okay, so I go down, 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 up, down, down. Okay? So all together. Okay, from there, you go D, and then remember, up, down on the G, and then it goes into the C, which I struggled with getting the timing because you can't hear one of the strokes. It goes. Okay, so it comes into the next chord weird too. So it's 2 downstrokes, down, down, and then, okay? And then you go into the E like this. Mute up. Okay, so mute, you put your palm down and go across the strings and come in on the chord on an upstroke. Okay, so let me play this part really quick so you can hear the timing. Here we go. And then we go D. Okay, so it's up, up, down, down, up. Okay, and then we're going to go through 1 downstrokes on each of these next chords, which is going to be C to G. then that strange, and now it's going to be G to C, okay? Then you're going to do that same kind of E minor strum pattern, but you're going to change the chord to a G. And then it goes out like this. Totally weird at the end too. Just when you think you got it, they throw in this weird thing on the tail end G, and it's like, I mean, come on, just strum like normal, but it makes the song awesome. So let's do it all slowly. Check it out. So that last one, and then to the D, and then down, and then it starts back over, right? So that last G is weird. Right? And then, okay, so let me play it slowly again all the way through. Here we go. Actually, I'll cycle it through twice because that's what it does, and then it goes to the right with the electric. Okay, so check it out. Here we go. Starts over. Okay, and then it goes into the electric part, which we're going to break down as well. But spend some time with that first acoustic part because it's really good and it's really uncommon, and you really have to pay attention to those upstrokes. Now, this is what I could hear, and for the most part, I think I got it all. But the trickiest part for me was that E minor, that C to E minor kind of vibe. It was weird because you can't hear one of the strokes very well. The second time through, the drums come in and it's a lot easier to play it. But when that first time through and there's no beat, it makes it pretty tricky. All right, let's go on to some of the electric parts. All right, so now let's get to the electric parts in the verse. The first one comes in and it just does the... Okay, so let's go over that part. What you're going to do is you're going to slide in on the E string and you're going to go from the G to the F sharp to an E minor. I'm leaving the third out. A lot of times when you leave the third out of the chord, it ends up sounding bigger. So you got... Now, from there, we're going to go to D and then... Okay, so you got... From there you go... Okay, so that's C, D, E, and then you're going to do two mutes. Okay, so it's down, up, and then on the D, you go down twice to A. All right, and then it's, so you walk into that A chord. So it's A, B, C, and then same thing, D, D, A, and then okay, so it's just a couple, you know, a couple basic chords. You walk into an E minor, and then a D, C, and then you got C, D, and then E minor, and then D, A, walk up to C, and then mute, mute, D, D, A, and then the E minor. Right, so it's basic. Here we go, all together. Okay, so the verse part, the second verse, I should say, is just playing the exact same chords the acoustic's doing, but you just do one strum, right? So like when it comes back in on the turning away. And then, right? And then it has those same, that same timing, right? So you got to be careful of that, but you're just playing all the exact same chords, just hitting it one time. The only thing that happens that's different is there's a cool little riff over the C chord. Okay, and that's just going to be right here on the 5th fret. And what you do is you take the 5th fret B and you bend it up a half step, right? And then you go down the rest of the chord. Right, and that happens over that, what chord is that? E minor chord, and then it basically comes in where it goes from the, and then back in it, and then, you know, hit with the drums, I should say. I know I said one time. Hit with the drums. You don't have to do the strumming, right? And then, stays on that G like forever. 3, 4, and then into the solo. So just wait for that. I don't know the exact count. I just know it lasts for about a half an hour. It's enough time to go get a cup of coffee and then come back for the solo. Speaking of which, let's get into that. All right, so the solo is in E minor pentatonic, and to truly do it justice, you need to have a guitar that has a bar that floats, which means you can pull it up and down. Now, for those of you who have never had the joy of trying to keep a guitar in tune while doing this, it's going to be awesome. Okay, so let's see if it all stays in tune. But the first thing you're going to do is it walks down, and then it basically goes straight into... Okay, so what you do is you go up to the 15th fret and just bend it up. And then you want to shake it. The vibrato comes from the arm, not your vibrato over here. And then it goes. But when you do that pull off, you want to dip on once you're going from the 12th fret to the 15th fret. And then, right? So you're always carrying on with that arm. Sorry about the buzz. So we got... And then, so right there you go down to first position, and then you go. So one more time. So you go 2, open, 2, and then pull up and release to open, and then back to the E note. And then okay, so let me go over that. So you got, then you go 12 to 15, and then bend up. And then, so what you want to do on that is you want to depress the bar and then bend up to your bend. Okay, so it's awesome. It's super cool. The bar takes a little while to get used to, but once you get used to doing it, it's awesome. There's all sorts of cool stuff you can do. He's a master at doing it very soulfully. Okay, so check it out. All together. So you go, right? So once you go back down to here, and then you go 12, 14, back to 15. So the next one you do a little pinch harmonic, and if you don't know how to do that, you're going to go down to the 2nd fret, and then you're going to hit your thumb skin and your pick at the same time. And it helps if you got a strat, like maybe right behind that middle pickup. So you bend it up, then you pull off. Okay, and then jump back to the G, back to the D, and you do 2, open, 2. Okay? Okay, so the next part, you're going to come into, if you know where this chord is, right, this version of your E minor chord, underneath that fingering is position 4 of E minor pentatonic. So you're going to go. So you go 8, 9, 10, 9, and then you go 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you got. Sorry, a little overbent. And then that's just going to be 9, 8, 9. So you got. And then from there, you're going to go down from position 4 to position 3. Okay, so you go quick slide. Okay, and then. Okay, so you slide from 9 to 7, pull off to 5, and then go 7 to 5. Alright, so you got. One more time. One more time. Okay, and then you're going to hit this, and you're going to basically walk down and go. But you're going to go. So when you hit it once, depress the bar. Press the bar, pull off, and then hit a D chord. Okay, so you got. Okay? Alright? So the next part's based on a G chord. So you go G, and then you jump down to the B and E. Right? So it's. And then you go to a D chord, so it goes. And then 2 dips. It's back to that E minor chord. Okay? So everything all together. Then you're going to go to the E part, and it's over the E chord, and you got this, right? You're just kind of chilling, rocking that E. Then you're going to climb up, and you're going to go O, 2, 3, O, C. O, 2, 3, O, C. It sounds like a bad 90s, you know, show about 5 kids. Oh, never mind. Okay, so you got. And it pulls off to that B note, but really subtly. Now the next part is kind of tricky. It's, right? So you go. And then you hammer onto that G note without picking it. You just strike and dip. The old strike and dip. Right, so you got. Okay, now he does hit the open string a lot before he goes into those high bends, so watch out for that. Okay, let's break down the next part of the solo. All right, so the next part has got a lot of bar work and cool double stop work. Lots of stuff going on though. So, actually not that much, but you know, putting it all together. Okay, so you're coming out of the, right? And then I think it hits a open E. There's something before that bend. I'm not quite sure what it is. Sounds like an open E, not positive. All right, so bend it and then tweak it a little bit and then pull off. All right, so it's 15, 12, 15 on the B. Lots of bar work, and then it goes to a. Okay, and that's just chord fragments, right? It's going over the D and G. So you're basically hitting 10 and 10 on the B and E, right? And then you're gonna go to the 12th fret on the G and B, and then like you're gonna make a D chord, 11 and 10, dip, and then 12, and then double stop. So it's. Next part, okay, is gonna be a pull off from 15 to 12 on the B, and then roll over to the G. And then dip the bar. Drop down to the 11th fret and go. Right, so you got. Right. And then dip down. Okay, so after you do the dive, that part, it goes into another lick, and then the whole time you're doing this particular riff, you got to be shaking the bar. Right, keep it going. And all you're doing is you're coming in 7th fret to the 9th fret, bending it up, pull off, and back to 9. So it's. Okay, and then after that it has this cool little lick it does, and that's going to be 9 on the G, and then you jump down to the B string and go 7, 8, and then bend up a whole step. And then you release that bend and pull off to the 7th fret. So you got, and then go back to the 9th fret, hit it twice, and then 7, dive, 8, and then to 7 on the G. And then it goes down to some more position 1 licks. So let's check that out. Okay, so for the position 1 lick, check this out. And then, all right, so let's do that. So we got position 1. And it just shakes it, right? I'm going to condense the timing of it, but. And then it goes. So that's. And then open G. Alright, so. And then it does a 2 bends on the 2nd fret G. So it's like a slow and then a quick, and then pull off to the second fret, the D open, so it's, and it goes, and you're catching the G, right? You're the lower G note, and then the bottom of a G chord, the B and E third fret. All right, so you got. Let's try that one more time. So you got. Yeah, there you go. And then. Okay, then you do a mute, and you come down to the higher octave of that G chord, and you're basically going to do a double stop. So you're barring 15 and 15, and you're going to hammer onto 17, letting that 15 ring on the B. And then I think it's a one of those double open strings, maybe. Having a hard time remembering it and being in tune. I know that's the next part. So bend to 15, and then you go 12, 13, 15, bend up, and then immediately to 17. It's hard. And then you pull off 17, 15, 17, and then, so then that's 15, 17, up, and then it goes, so that's 15, 17, and then pull off to open. Right? So you got. Now, from there, it's. Right? Does that same thing? And then. This part's tricky. So it's. It goes. Right? And then you're going to hammer. And you hammer, pull off, and then depress the bar. Right? So it's a tricky. Right? That's what you're kind of going for. Down, bend up, and then push down on the bar, and then catch the 12th fret, second string. So it's. And then. Oh, here's where that part comes in. Scratch that. You'll know what I mean. I take that one part out that I added and put it on the end. Okay, so that last part. And then. And then it goes into the next part. That's what it should sound like. All right, let's get into the next part. Okay, so this next riff is the only one I'm really not that positive about, but I think it goes like this, and it's that. Right? Okay, so it's a position 1 lick. Kind of Voodoo Child-esque, and now I think this is it. So don't quote me. But it goes 3, pull off. Okay, so 3, B5, pull off the 3, and then flatten the finger, and then go and pull off. So it's right, and then do it again. So right. So it's. Okay, so from that point, you go to the 10th fret, and then you shake the bar, and then slide up 10 to 12. Then you're going to bend up to that note. Right? So, and then you shake it again. And then it goes So that's going to be 12, bend up, grab 15. All right, so it's, and then bend it up again. So there goes. That's going to be, and then you go 12, 14, 12, slide. And then, so that's going to be, so slowly. Right, so. All right, let's get on to the final lick of the solo. Okay, so here we are, the last lick. You ready? Whatever it does, it fades out, so I don't know where it goes after that. All right, so what you're basically going to do is you're going to pedal off of the B note. So you're going to pull off. It's like 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, right? So you pull off 15 to 12 on the E and then roll over to the B12. Call that the vitamin note. And then 14, right? So that's a pattern of that twice. Okay? Right, one more time. And then it goes. And then, okay, so once you bend up on the 15th fret, come down, and then you pull off 15 to 14, right? Pull off like that. And then you do a half step bend. So you're basically going, but with a bend. Okay, so that whole thing. And then you go 12, 14, 15. And then I think it goes, I think. Cool lick though, so it's 12. If it's not his lick, I'm stealing it. So it goes 12, 14 G, 15 B, and then 14, 12. And then down to position 1. And then finishes out the solo, right? So you got. So that's it. So remember, the thing that makes Gilmour so awesome is he really pays attention to the chord changes of the song, like this, right? Full D chord. So just pay attention to that. You can solo in E minor, but when those chord changes happen, make sure you're hitting them if you're improvising and taking it home on this one, right? You've learned the whole solo, and now you're just going for it. If you want to learn how to solo more melodically, check down below at brettpapa.com. Teaches all this kind of stuff. He is definitely one of my biggest influences, so you'll learn all sorts of his kind of licks. Also, the song request link. Remember, we're doing Pink Floyd all month, so let me know in the request link what 5 songs you want to learn from either Pink Floyd or Gilmour himself. Over there is the subscription button. Hit that. Click the bell to be notified. I try to post 3 times a week, and over here I'll post some song tutorials and some other soloing tips. Thank you so much for checking out the video and the support. We'll catch you next time.